Long ago, there were kingdoms full of power, ambition, and rivalry. Wars were common, and love was dangerous. Loyalty was rare, and betrayal was everywhere. In the northern kingdom, banners of deep blue and gold waved over towering walls. Soldiers patrolled the courtyards, their armor glinting under the pale sun, and advisors whispered in shadowed halls, plotting, watching. The king's throne gleamed with jewels, each one a reminder of conquest, pride, and ambition. Amid all this grandeur, one young princess moved quietly, unseen yet alert, her mind always racing ahead of those around her. Princess Elara walked through the long corridors of her palace. Her eyes were sharp, her mind sharper. She had learned from childhood that people smiled while hiding daggers behind their backs. She trusted no one. The palace walls, adorned with silk tapestries and silver chandeliers, were her only safe place. The faint echo of her steps seemed to follow her like a shadow, a constant reminder that even in beauty, danger could be close. Outside, soldiers practiced drills in the courtyard, their boots striking the stone in perfect rhythm. The sound of swords clashing and shields banging echoed faintly through the walls. Elara's gaze lingered on them for a moment. She admired their discipline, yet she knew that skill alone could not protect anyone from treachery. Intelligence, cunning, and careful observation were far more important. Meanwhile, far to the south, Prince Kael prepared for what would be his greatest challenge. Bold, clever, and fearless, he had never failed in battle. His soldiers trained under his watchful eyes, arrows whistling through the air, swords striking targets with deadly precision. Yet, for all his preparation, Kael's mind was consumed by rumors of a princess, unlike any he had heard of. A girl who commanded loyalty not by fear, but by wit and courage. Curiosity stirred inside him. Something unfamiliar, something that felt like destiny. One night, Kael, disguised as a simple traveler, crossed into enemy territory. He moved with caution, slipping past patrols, avoiding the watchful gaze of sentries. He did not expect to be caught so quickly. There, in a moonlit courtyard, he saw her Princess Elara, moving silently among shadows, her eyes scanning, alert. She stopped and fixed him with a gaze that seemed to pierce through lies, through disguises, and right into the heart of a man trained in deception.
Who are you?
Just a traveler. A traveler who lost his way in a land full of walls and whispers.
Something about him felt strange to Elara. He was no ordinary enemy. There was confidence, yes, but also caution, a strange honesty hidden beneath the mask of a commoner. Against her instincts, she allowed him to follow her to a secret chamber beneath the palace, a place only she knew. The walls of the room smelled faintly of cedar and parchment. Candles flickered, casting shadows that danced like quiet guardians. She studied him carefully, unsure if she had made a mistake. Days passed. Kael, the prince who had commanded armies, began to learn humility. He listened as Elara explained the traditions of her kingdom.
The unseen rules of this kingdom are etched not in stone, but in these scrolls. They dictate the balance of power among the noble houses.
The rules hidden beneath polished floors and ornate walls. She taught him about the guards' routines, the secret paths through the palace, and the quiet politics that could crush anyone unprepared. Slowly, Admiration turned into something dangerous, something forbidden. Every glance held weight. Every word carried unspoken meaning.
Why do you trust me?
Because you are not what you seem. There is more to a person than a crown or a title. And I can see the truth in you.
The palace was a living maze of plots and whispers. Advisors moved like shadows, their smiles hiding ambitions.
Every day, Elara and Kael had to navigate through danger.
Every stolen glance, every whispered conversation drew them closer. Each moment carried risk. One mistake could end everything. Yet, the closeness they felt was intoxicating, impossible to ignore.
If we are caught, we will be punished. Perhaps even killed.
Then we must be careful.
But even enemies can fall in love, and hearts cannot lie.
The Festival of Crowns arrived, a rare night of peace between the kingdoms. The streets glowed with lanterns, music floated through the air, and nobles danced in silk and gold. Elara moved among them, smiling politely, her mind alert. Kael, still in disguise, walked unnoticed. Their eyes met across the crowd, a silent connection amid the laughter and lights. Every glance was loaded with unspoken words, every near encounter a test of their self-control. A secret conspiracy unfolded that night. Some advisors had planned to hand Kael over to his enemies, using Elara as a pawn. The betrayal was close, and they were unaware that Kael had discovered it. Together, they moved carefully, plotting in shadows, avoiding detection. Every step was a dance of survival, every decision heavy with consequence. They met in hidden gardens, under the soft light of the stars. They whispered,
I never knew a garden could be so beautiful at night.
It is when shared with the right person, Princess.
shared stolen moments, and let themselves feel a closeness they knew could never exist in daylight. Their trust became love, cautious yet passionate. Every heartbeat, every touch, was a rebellion against a world determined to keep them apart. I cannot marry you, Kael said one evening, the weight of his crown pressing on his shoulders. My kingdom expects obedience, and betrayal would bring war. Then we fight, Elara replied firmly. Not with swords, but with courage. Our hearts are our weapons. The night before Kael was to return to Elara, they met atop the palace walls. The city below slept, unaware of the storm of emotions above. Stars shone overhead, their light spilling onto the stones. Hands met, hearts beat together. Silence spoke louder than words. In that quiet, they promised each other loyalty, love, and courage beyond fear. Promise me, Kael whispered, holding her hands tight, that no matter what happens, we stay true to each other, Elara whispered.
Always. Even if the world calls us traitors.
The next day, political marriages were announced to secure peace. Kael stood beside the princess chosen for him, his face unreadable. Elara watched from the shadows, her heart heavy, but her spirit unbroken. Love had been tested. Courage demanded action. During the ceremony, Elara stepped forward, her voice cutting through the hall.
How dare she interrupt the king?
Silence. I have come to speak for myself.
He chooses me. Not the crown. Not alliances. Me.
Kael's eyes softened. He stepped away from the line of duty and tradition. I was offered power, he said, but I choose her. The palace trembled not from magic, but from courage, love, and defiance. Two hearts stood together, proving that love could conquer hatred, defy destiny, and rewrite the rules of kingdoms. Their union became a symbol, a legend whispered through generations. After that day, the kingdoms changed. Wars paused, not because of armies, but because of love. People spoke in whispers about the bravery of a princess and the enemy king who dared to love her. Courage was stronger than power. Hearts were stronger than fear. And sometimes, the greatest rebellion was following the heart, no matter the risk.
Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more magical fairy tale adventures.